Nubia Sunshine coming back to you on July 10th, 2013 with my evening affirmation. I'm actually going to change my terminology from affirmation to inspiration because of the response that I've received. I seem to be inspiring so many people. So instead of calling it affirmation, I'm going to call it inspiration. So I hope you guys are okay with that. But I'm glad to be able to come back to you this evening to be able to share in review the day of inspiration. I know the word for me this morning was creativity. That was a part of my morning inspiration. And it's funny because in instances where I didn't think that I was using my creative abilities, I happen to be using them. Today I had spent some time talking with salespeople in reference to buying fabrics for my line. And I had some interesting salespeople try to muscle me some fabrics and things and try to muzzle me on some prices and stuff that I had to be very creative in saying no. And be very creative in being able to try to offer other deals in the process. In essence, at the end of the event, I wound up getting what I needed, so that creativity worked in my favor. But during the course of the day, not everything worked in my favor in creativity, but I still had that affirmation in my head, and I still went into everything that I did with knowing that creativity was a part of me being able to work throughout my day, and it was a part of my affirmation. And there will be some times where you set an affirmation for the day, and some things will happen in favor of, and some things will make you think about, well, maybe that wasn't an instance where that affirmation applied, or maybe it just wasn't in the destiny for that to happen. And it does happen. But I want to know most of all, how were you how were you able to effectively use your power? If you were able to at all. And I also want to know that if you weren't able to use your power, how were you hindered from doing that? Or what situations disabled you from being able to use your power? What took away your power? So please give me some feedback. I really like to know how my inspiration was able to help you, or be able to help you be able to see that maybe that wasn't the inspiration or affirmation for you today. Maybe using your power might be tomorrow, but we're going to focus and utilize it for today. And if you were successful in being able to utilize your power today, then now is the time for unwinding. As the evening it gets later and later and later, you want to reserve that power that you utilize, and you want to recharge. So when you go into the next day, you still can be able to build back up that power. You can look back on yesterday and say, you know what? I did use my power, and I'm going to continue to be empowered to utilize it again. So there are some ways that you will be able to continue that affirmation inspiration as you continue to move forward through the course of your progressiveness and being able to find your essential self. And that's what's more important. But as I wind down for this evening, my affirmation for this evening for you that relates to your power is to reserve. Now is the time to reflect, reserve, and retreat. And being able to be successful that you completed your day, whether you were successful at being powerful, or if you were giving away your power, or if you were empowering somebody else. Whatever your mantra was for the day, now is the time to reserve your power. And with everything that you are and everything that you are going to be, you will continue to recharge throughout the evening, giving your body that rest, giving your body that sleep it needs to replenish, rebuild, recharge, and repower yourself. And on that, I thank you so much for joining me today, for joining me earlier today, and joining me this evening. And I just want to tell you to please continue to send your feedback to Nubia Sunshine at Facebook.com. You can post on my page. You can send me an email at nubiasunshine2013@gmail.com. I welcome all comments. And again, I thank you so much for your love and support. I honor you this evening.